Multiple Wall Street companies just filed a class action lawsuit against Gary Gensler, and we're going to talk about it. Today's video, we got a lot of stuff to cover. We're going to keep it short, sweet, simple, and right to the point. All I ask you guys to do in return, of course, is to please hit the like button on the video. It's free. It helps me out. Also, hit that subscribe button. Join us on this journey to financial freedom. Without further ado, let's get into it. So not one Wall Street firm filing a class action lawsuit against Gary Gensler, but multiple. And yesterday, we touched on hedge funds suing the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, over the new short transparency rules. Unsurprisingly, the Wall Street Boys Club is standing up against new SEC short sale regulation. But who are the major players hiding behind these investment associations? This is the main question. Well, we have a lot of big names in here, including Citadel, Point72, Renaissance, State Street, and even better, BlackRock. All of these major players that come up together in the same instance every single time. But in more depth, we have Anchorage Capital, as well as Apollo, Bank of America, Barclays, BlackRock, Blackstone, Bridgewater, Citadel, Credit Suisse, D.E. Shaw, Deutsche Bank, Financial Conduct Authority, Goldman Sachs, HSBC, Hudson Bay, International Swaps and Derivative Association, Invesco, Morgan Stanley, Pentwater Capital, Point72, RBC, Renaissance Technologies, State Street, and 2 Sigma. Well, I guess we know who's been spoofing and making money off of criminal activities within the market, or at least we can assume. This is the same scenario as if you ever played the game Among Us and you and your friend have been an imposter. If they end up getting your friend out as the imposter and you don't vote him, you look suspicious.
Bro, I saw you come out of the
Bro, you didn't see, bro, Ethan, once this game is done, you're going to realise you're a donut. Once this game is done, you're going to realise you're a donut, I swear to God.
How do you know I saw you come out of bed,
no, the thing is you're actually, I swear to God, mate.
You know you came flying out the bed,
I swear to God.
I clocked you, Don.
This fucking fat old prick, mate. He's putting on pounds again as well, you know.
This is the same sort of scenario, right? Hiding behind the investment associations are all of these imposters, and they don't want the game to be fixed. Moving on, first, Ken Griffin attacks a cancer research company. Then he borrows $400 million to donate it to another company who does the same exact thing. Now this is interesting. Citadel Securities was recently sued by a biotech company that accused them of intentionally depressing its share price through spoofing trades, Northwest Biotherapeutics. We recently touched on this. Well, now Ken Griffin has just donated Memorial Hospital for the treatment of cancer and allied diseases, $63 million in 2022. The chairman of General Motors also donated to this company $65 million in 2022, and plenty more go into this. Is this some sort of scheme where they don't want a real cancer research company that may be onto something to actually thrive? Or is there another theory? Leave it in the comments down below. Now, before we get into the charts, bear with me here. Citadel sees departure of 4 portfolio managers. Now, I don't have access to the entire article, but you can see right at the top, 4 Citadel portfolio managers, including Surveyor Capital's Mike Shear, have left Ken Griffin's hedge fund firm ahead of the new year. Is it time to clean up and close up shop? Now, AMC is trading at $6.57, down 2.31% on the day, just entering this point of interest, right? This point of interest is on December 13th. We are just scaling into it, and AMC looks to be fighting major support levels, fighting for a potential new low. If we break 652, we will be going for a new low on AMC. You need to watch that level at 652 for a hold on AMC. As of right now, expect chop trading between 652 and $7.08 until we get a lot of volume, a catalyst, and a pickup into this point of interest. If that isn't the case, we will continue to watch data and reevaluate from there. As of right now, speaking of the data, 6.2 million shares are available to borrow to drop on AMC. 5,000 calls compared to 28,000 puts are expiring in the money, so we are losing on the options chain. It's getting sold off, but we expected them to push it back a week because of how much premium is going to market makers. 213,000 calls expiring out of the money, which is not a good thing. And then next week, it's very little. People betting bullish as well as bearish. The options chain is overall just weak coming into Christmas. Okay, short exempt volume down from 266 to 144,000, but the volume also decreased. Short interest 21.25 million shares, days to cover 1.02, short interest value 142.79 million, and the short interest percentage is 10.74. As always, these metrics are not exact, but Ortex is the only thing that we can actually look at to give us a fair value. Now, no, I don't believe short interest is even relatively close to this. I think the float is sold time and time again, hundreds of percentages of short interest. GameStop curling back up, trading at $15.50, up 1.84% on the day. Came down, filled the gap, came all the way back up over a level of support right around $14.60, scaling higher. You want to see volume to pick up on GameStop, coming up for another retest in this zone right around $16.30, and hopefully a break higher, bringing us to that $18.50 range on GameStop. Hopefully we don't see AMC fall further and drag GameStop with it, but as of right now, GameStop is looking all right. Don't fall into any sort of trap, because as of right now, they are still holding it in the palm of their hands. And before we get into the data, Teddy Holdings, what will eventually become ticker symbol TEDY, is what BRKA is, a holding company for GameStop that investors of GameStop will receive as a dividend, as Ryan Cohen allocates GameStop's assets for diversification outside the gaming industry. Moving on, GameStop's numbers: 15,000 shares available to borrow, so basically none. 16,000 calls compared to 15,000 puts, slightly winning on the options chain, but coming in towards the end of the week, there are a lot of calls expiring out of the money, and they may want to pull that premium away from everybody, so be aware of that. Short exempts dropped significantly down to 14,000. However, still very high for GameStop, as we usually don't even see 5,000, right? Or let alone 1,000 some days, okay? Now, U.S. November PPI inflation rises 0.9% year over year, estimated 1% and previously 1.2%, which is the lowest since July of 2023. And core PPI inflation fell to 2.0%, below expectations of 2.2%. Both CPI and PPI inflation are back on the decline, but core inflation is still well above the Fed's 2% target, and there is a big Fed meeting today. Before we get into the details of the Fed meeting as well as the overall market, guys, a quick break to ask you guys to get in the Discord. The link is right under the video and pinned in the top of comments. I'm in there on the daily. We talk stocks, crypto, we post gains, post losses, and have options trading alerts in there. Not to mention, cheapest Discord on YouTube, a coffee a month, best vibes, whether you're a beginner or advanced trader, this is the place to go. And for those who followed me on Frenetically, make sure to let me know in Discord or let me know somewhere that you are getting the copy trade button. I want to make sure it's working for everybody so that we can get this trading challenge rolling and you guys can follow my trades. Take a look at this. 15 free stocks plus 5.1% APY on uninvested cash. That means when you're not trading in your Moomoo investment account, you're earning 5.1%. That is well above your bank account. If you have money sitting in a savings, use my link, open a Moomoo account, and make a deposit into there to get free stocks as well as 5.1% APY on your uninvested cash. Plus, it's a great platform to trade on that gives you access to level 2 order book data, trading options, going long, going short, and more. So go do that, guys. Both of those links are under the description and pinned in the top of comments. Here's what to know ahead of today's FOMC rate decision. Forecast 5.5%, previously 5.5%. Time of release comes out at 2 p.m. ET, so 2 hours before market close. So the FOMC statement, FOMC dot plot projections, and then the Powell press conference all happens today within the same exact hour, and it is going to cause whipsaw in the overall market, so just be aware of that. Speaking of the overall market, 465.22 up 0.24% on the day, completely smashing through levels of resistance. The SPY is going insane, fighting this level right around 465.20. Once we break higher, watch 467.76 and then 468.50 for resistance on the SPY. Keep those levels mapped out, and then 472.65 nearing that all-time high, 477.50, and then the very high right at 480. Those are the levels on the SPY. If we get a rate pause or a rate cut, expect the SPY to scale higher. If we get a rate hike, expect it to sell off a bit further. I would watch for the first level of support right around 459.20 on the S&P 500. Tesla continuing to scale down, still touching this trend line, has not broke below the consolidation levels, trading at 232.55, down 1.88%. Expect Tesla to retrace to 225.40. This zone right here, I expect a bounce on Tesla, and from there we are going to scale extremely high into 2024. throughout 2024. I am betting very bullish on Tesla through the entire year, through the entire upcoming year of 2024, and I think we get that bounce if we retrace at 225.40. Watch for that bounce right there. Extremely bullish on Tesla still as we speak. Bitcoin back up to 42K, up 1.68% on the day. Holding strong, held support at 40K. Watch Mara and Riot to continue to scale higher with this, as well as the overall market. If the overall market does well, expect Bitcoin to just continue to rally and potentially break 46. That's the next level we are watching on Bitcoin. Bitcoin to be recorded at fair value under new FASB rules issued today per Bloomberg. Previously, companies could only value their Bitcoin at the lowest price since they bought it, which means they would have to record losses, but not the gains when the price recovered. Bitcoin continues to win. And the last sprinkle on top, BlackRock just revised their spot Bitcoin ETF to enable easier access for banks. Is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Make sure to smash the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, as well as Twitter. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.